Hi everyone and welcome to Couture TV with Stephanie. So today we're going to dive into the world of alcohol ink papers. I'm going to talk to you about the variety we have available here at Couture Creations, and also I'm going to share some tips and tricks so you can get the best results. So let's get started. So let's talk about alcohol ink papers. Here at Couture Creations we have 4 varieties. We have the adhesive, we have the black, we have the translucent, and we also have the white alcohol ink paper. Now I'm going to show you what you can make with these papers and what you can use them for, and hopefully that gets you inspired to get creative after this tutorial. So let's start off with the white one. Okay, the white alcohol ink paper comes in 2 sizes. We have the A4 size and we also have the A5 size. They both have 10 sheets inside and they're 200 GSM, so it's a nice weight. Let me show you what they look like. I'll just open this up. So it's a shiny, thickish paper. It looks a bit like photo paper. Okay, so I'm going to show you what you can use this for. I'll just bring my glass mat over here. I like using my mat when I'm using alcohol inks. So with this I'm going to use alcohol inks. Some of my washi tape. I like this tape because it doesn't take the paper off. It doesn't damage the paper, so I like using that. Now let's bring over some alcohol inks. I think I might go for the ice blue. Now with alcohol inks, you can use it with a brush or you can go straight on your alcohol ink paper, but I want to brush it on because I want to control it. So the glass mat is really good for using it as a palette and it just wipes away really good. So I'm just going to go in with my brush and brush this part. Let's get some color on this. I think it's a little too dark for my liking, so I'm going to just add some more blending solution and lighten it up a bit. Now if you want to learn how to use alcohol inks, we have a whole tutorial explaining the variety of alcohol inks and how to use them, and they are so much fun. Okay, now I just want to blotch it a little, so I'm just going to go over with a wipe. Blotchy, blotchy, blotchy. And the alcohol inks, they just clean off like that. And my glass mat, look how good that is. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with, I think I want to use a purple. What do we have? We've got lavender and a bit of jade maybe. They match. So with my blower, let's shake this up. I'm just going to take this away. See how it doesn't damage my paper? How awesome is that? Okay, I just want a few drops. I'm going to do one at a time because they dry quite quick. Alcohol inks dry very quick. A little bit more green. What a beautiful jade color that is. And one more down here, or maybe two. There we go. And some purple. And let's move it around like that. There we go. Now, I just want to put a little bit of blend-in solution here. Just so I can blow it out a bit more. And it lightens it up as well. A bit more on this side. So you can get creative easily with alcohol inks on your alcohol ink paper. Now, why do you need to use alcohol ink paper instead of your normal paper? That is a very good question. Let me show you the reason why you'll do that. Now, we just used all that alcohol ink on that side. It hasn't seeped through. That is just the edge that I put under there now. But it doesn't come through the other side. Let me just clean this up here. This is just your normal cardstock. Now that's only one little dot. See, if I want to blow it, it doesn't blow as much as alcohol ink. It doesn't move around as much. That's because your normal cardstock absorbs the alcohol ink and it doesn't allow you to move it around. Whereas this is non-porous, it doesn't get absorbed. It just stays on the top and it dries out really quick. So if I turn this around, it seeps straight through. So that's why alcohol ink paper is ideal for alcohol inks and also watercolor paints, alcohol ink markers, all that kind of stuff. You can also use your alcohol ink paper with your watercolor paints. Let me show you. Let's move the alcohol inks. Okay, now, oops, now we've got our watercolor paints here. I'm just gonna spray them. That's just beautiful, look at that. And it doesn't come through. So that's how you can use your white alcohol ink paper. So our next paper we're going to trial is our black paper. So our black paper, 10 sheets again and 200 GSM. Let's open that up. Oops. What a gorgeous looking paper. Okay, let's see what we can do with our black paper. Okay, so the black alcohol ink paper, I like to use our alcohol inks on there. So because it's black, it's easier to use bright colors or white colors instead of dark colors so you can see them. So I'm going in with a Snow White, just to lighten things up. I'm just going to blow that around. That's so pretty. Try our fluoro colors. That's gorgeous on black. We have our green. Pretty. And we have our fluoro orange. There you go. So if you wanted to use a dark color, this is what it's going to look like. It is pretty, but it's very hard to see. But if you put it on top of white, it gives it a different effect. So when you're using your black alcohol ink paper, it's better to go with brighter colors or a white color underneath to pop out the colors, because it just makes it that little bit harder to see. But it depends on what type of project you're working on, if you want that look or not. And again, it does not come through the back because it's non-porous. Okay, I'm going to put the black aside and we're going to play with another alcohol ink paper. Let's put all the alcohol inks away. Now I think we should play with the translucent. Here we go. Now the translucent alcohol ink paper, 10 sheets again. Now it's a 150 GSM, so it's not as thick as the black and the white. Oops. So this is what it looks like. You can see my hands through there. It's translucent. So you can do so many things with this. Let me show you. Okay, so this is the translucent paper. I just need to get a smaller piece. I've already got one cut up here for size. Now what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to use my Go letterpress. So I'm going to open it up, pop it in there, just tape it down so it doesn't move. Pick a stamp. Oh, I like these sunflowers. I'm gonna place the sunflower where I want it to go. Oops. Close it. Let it pick up. I'm going to stamp it with some ink. And just close it down. Give it a rub. I didn't get a bit of the side there, so I'm going to stamp it a bit more. Just close it down. That's why I like to tape it in place so it doesn't move. There we go. That's nice and clear. That's beautiful. Take the tape off. Now my stamp. I'll give it a quick wipe down. Always a quick wipe down with my stamp cleaner and my stamp scrubber, and it's liking you. 2 seconds to keep your art supplies nice and clean and they're ready to be used. Pop it back. Now move that aside. So I have my stamp image on my translucent alcohol ink paper. So now I'm going to use my alcohol ink markers to color it in, but not on this side. If I do it on this side, it's going to smudge. So I need to turn it around and color it in the other way. So let's get our markers out. So let's turn it around, and you can still see it. I'm going to go in with a yellow. Because I'm on the other side, I cannot smudge it. What a beautiful yellow that is. You can also use alcohol inks now. So you could use the alcohol inks on your glass mat and use a paintbrush to paint it. So you get the similar look as alcohol ink markers. Go in with the stems. I want to use a few greens to make it look more realistic. Let's go in with a few greens. And up here. And orange is good for the center. And I want to blend that orange a little bit with the yellow, so I'm just going to go around it like that. Blend, blend, blend. And that one too. Blend, 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 blend. There we go. So see how it's come off. So if I colored in on this side, it would have smudged. But I colored in on this side and it didn't smudge. So I can use that on my cards and do all sorts of beautiful things. Let me show you some others I've done. Done this one. It's the back. This one with a letterpress. How pretty is that? So there's all sorts of things you can do with the translucent paper. So that's number 3. Let's look at number 4. We've got the adhesive left. Let's move these aside. Okay, this is the adhesive. Again, 10 sheets, 250 GSM. So this is the thickest alcohol ink paper you will have because it is a sticker paper, so it needs to be thick. It's got that extra backing. So let's open this up and have a look at it. Now remember, alcohol ink papers are made from synthetic waterproof materials. So they're different than your normal cardstock and they're quite thick. So this is the part that peels off and that's the backing that goes in the bin after. So that's what it looks like. It's nice and thick. It's shiny on the top like your other paper. So I'm going to get a smaller piece and show you what we can do with this. Here's the piece I've got ready. Now I'm going to use some alcohol inks. Don't forget to shake them up. Let's spread it out a little. I want to make like a marble effect. So let's get a few drops of purple. That's so pretty. I like that. Bit over here. I'll put some blending solution that will help me spread the alcohol ink easier. Okay. So let's let that dry for a little bit. Pop these away and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. Okay, so that's completely dried now. So what I can do, I can cut out shapes with my scissors, or I can use a punch and cut out different shapes and stick them on my cards. Let's go around and cut some more out. Here we go. Open up. So we've got all these little coloured flowers. Let's peel the backing off. It just sticks down like that. So the possibilities are endless with stickers. You can brush it on with alcohol inks, you can use watercolor paints, you can use alcohol ink markers, and then cut them out in all different shapes and use them on your projects just like that. So that is the 4th alcohol ink paper that we sell here at Couture Creations. So just a quick recap, we have the adhesive alcohol ink paper, we have the translucent, we have the white, and we also have the black. So the possibilities are endless with alcohol ink paper. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you here back next week. Bye.